How's it going, everybody? Order. Yes. Dude, it's so bad. The butchering, man. I don't know what it is. What is it about his voice? It's like he sounds like that creepy guy, that creepy neighbor on Family Guy. You know what I'm saying? The pervert neighbor, the chomo neighbor. I know, fitting, right? But he actually sounds like that guy. I think he picks certain songs that other bigger artists sing. Like I know Ryan Upchurch covered that One Alice in Chains song. I think he chooses those songs because he thinks he's going to get on a playlist with Ryan Upchurch. But dude, it's worse than cats screaming. You know what I mean? It's bad. Having a hard time seeing comments. I don't know why here. Let's see. There we go. Nice out today. Yeah, and I understand at one time, I guess Cecil was an okay rapper. I mean, I think his rhymes sounded like nursery rhyme rap. All of his music sounds the same. You gotta understand, Cecil doesn't have a big vocabulary, so it's hard for him to write songs and make up a good lyrical song. He doesn't have a big vocabulary. I mean, his vocabulary is probably like literally 40 words. His beats, and I'm being honest, guys, I'm not trolling, I'm just speaking my mind, this is my opinion. His beats are horrible. They sound like a third grader put them together. A third grader with today's technology could write a much better beat. All Cecil's beats sound the same. All his songs sound the same. Some of his stuff is catchy, but it's because it's so nursery rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, State? up, Shire? Order, do we give, instead, we give Shire Ghost a wrench here, right? We're supposed to give that person a wrench, right? We know that person, right? Thank you. What's up, Pac? How you been, brother? I appreciate you always stopping in saying hi. We're over here. Cecil came out with like a series of horrible shorts and covers lately. And I'm just talking about, well, letting us all talk about how bad he butchers everything. I mean, he sounds like the neighbor on Family Guy. That creepy old man, pervert, chomo neighbor that lives next door is always like trying to get Chris to come over to wash his car. That's Cecil. And Cecil is him in real life. I mean, his voice, it's him. It's got to be him. That's who he is. That's Cecil's character. Looks like him, sounds like him, acts like him. It's him. Order knows what's up. Order knows what I'm saying. You guys see me in my suit yesterday? I don't put suits on too much. Unless I got to go to court, funeral. Get married. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my sister got married. It was really cool too. It was whoa, buddy. It was a traditional Lebanese wedding. So I had never been to anything like that before. It was badass. It was wild. I was in the wedding party, and these guys came out dressed in like traditional Lebanese attire, and they were carrying swords, and they had these drums. They were banging these drums. It was wild, and they were really good. And then they had all these belly dancers come out. They were awesome. They did an awesome job. It was really cool. Really cool. And the wedding was, like a typical wedding, time-wise. And my sister did an awesome job. She did a freaking great job. I was so proud of her. She put everything together really good, and tons of people, tons of food. But the wedding was like a normal thing. It lasted probably 30-40 minutes, the ceremony. And then the wedding reception lasted from like, what was it, like 3 in the afternoon to like 11 at night. Kind of long for me, if I still drank like I used to and all that shit, I'd probably love it the whole time, but that's kind of a long time for me. But we got through it. It was awesome. Yeah, it was wild, man. It was wild. It was like the Lebanese people, they really know how to throw a party. The food was amazing. One of the things I like about Italian people and Lebanese people is they're very family oriented. They're very friendly. They know how, like the guy my sister married, they've been together for like 13 years. And so I'd known most of them, but you know, they were like, some of the people came from Lebanon. Super nice group of guys, very respectful people. Yeah, they know how to have a good time. And if you think I look snazzy, I mean, I did okay. You know, I did okay. But man, these guys look, they were sharp. They were sharp dressed men. And the women were dressed up real nice. It was a beautiful thing. My sister looked amazing. But anyway. They were the worst covers ever, and I love Alice in Chains. Cecil, stay away from Alice in Chains. It's so bad. And then he's covering like Usher and some other R&B covers. Oh my God! I'm surprised he can't see how embarrassing this is for him. He's so delusional that he can't see how embarrassing this is. I mean, I get it. Who cares if people laugh at you? I get it, but it's like, and you really can't tarnish his name anymore. But Cecil kept saying in that one live stream he did, it's like, you guys gotta have fun in life. You gotta have more fun in life. And I'm thinking to myself the whole time, like, Cecil, I think you've had a little bit too much fun in your life. You should be more concerned about making things right with people, doing the right thing, taking care of your family, righting your wrongs that you've done in your life. A little less being goofy, a little more being responsible. A little less slandering your family, a little more making peace with your maker, and maybe trying to correct some relationships in your family for your kids' sake. A little less being the victim, a little more accountability. I don't know, things like that. I want to know more. Cecil, if you are watching this, I hope you are. What do we got in here? 5 people. I know one of his 2 followers are watching this. You guys, Mick Dunn, Queen Tasty, you guys need to really be seriously asking him about these videos he made with this minor. I don't know the name of the minor, and even if I did, I'm not going to say it on here, and I think I have before, but maybe, I don't know. But he claims to have made a movie with this minor. He groomed this minor into thinking it was going to be the next big movie. So I want to know more about that. What the fuck is that about, Cecil? Where's this footage? And I want to know more about the panty sniffing situation, because he obviously has been lying about that. I think he was the one taking the panties, bringing them home to Hetty, because none of that story makes sense. And when we busted him on all that shit, he did fall apart with the story and admit that he had been lying. So I just want to know some more things about that. Those are a couple things that are on my mind right now. What's up, Steve-O? Big shout out to Steve-O. According to Cecil, everything I do is to get on Steve-O's videos. No, he says on his show. Everything I do is to get on Irish Steve-O's show. I'll be honest, it is an honor to be on Steve-O's show. But no, Cecil, I'm sorry, but I'm just doing this on my own accord, just exposing you for being a sick son of a bitch. I'm doing this all by myself, Cecil. But yes, I do have many friends in our community exposing you. And yes, we do work together and collaborate because you're a sick fucker. And a lot of us feel the same way about you. Steve-O is our gang leader. I mean, that's cool. I'll run with that. Sure. Steve-O could be my leader. That's fine. You know, whatever makes you happy, Cecil. Whatever we got to do to help to get this to make sense in your little brain, that's fine. Make it make sense. And my brother, thank God for my brother. My brother, I feel like RV, my brother, he puts himself in the front lines a lot. That's just the nature of the man. You know, he's always stuck up for me and has always taken the first round of the volley of bullets. He's always done that for me throughout my life. And I'll be forever grateful to him for that. What's up, RV? Thank you, my friend. Thank you, brother. My brother's got he does karaoke. He's got a voice like an angel. Cecil needs to stop he needs to stop trying to sing. He's not as good as he thinks he is. Yeah, he's in a different league, that's for sure. Cecil's the worst singer, dude. Oh, it is. It's all things we do. That's where he gets his ideas for his content. Cecil uses auto tune, and he still fucks it up. I think I'm gonna grab me one of these Celsiuses, get all nice and jittery before I go into the shooting range. Shit.
On your cash app. You talking about that? Yes, I just did that to mom. Just show me the barcode. You don't have to. Huh? You want that on your cash app? Oh, I can do that. Yes, yes. Y'all know I'm slow. We do it together that one time. How do you do that? I'll pull it up.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Good, man. Can I please have 20 on pump number 1?
Regular?
Regular, yep.
22.98. 25. $2 back. Thanks, man.
Thank you, brother. You too, man. Don't work too hard. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Lots of motorcycles out today. One of my, you guys want to hear a funny story? I got this employee, right? You guys have seen him on the video. Big guy. His name's Brandon. He's a great dude. He does everything I ask. He's like my workhorse. He's the man. I love him. I love him to the day I die. He does so much for me every single day. Well, don't tell him I said this, but he can be a little. Sometimes he jumps the gun on some of his ideas. Not necessarily with my work, but like this, you'll see by this story. Well, he doesn't think things through to the best of his ability sometimes. Well, for certain reasons, he doesn't have a driver's license right now. He has work privileges, but he doesn't have. Anyway, so he buys this motorcycle. I think off of like Facebook Marketplace or something. It's a Honda CR-V. It's a nice bike, but he doesn't have a motorcycle's license. He doesn't get the title to this bike, right? And I tell him, I'm like, Brandon, you know, when payday rolls around, I'm like, Brandon, you need to figure out this title business. You're gonna lose your bike, man. And he loves his bike. He loves his bike when he gets it. He can't wait to get off work to go ride his bike. It's a beautiful thing. And but I keep trying to remind him, like, dude, you need to straighten that out. At one point I even offered help him if he needed it. I don't think he did, but anyway, so we're working together this one day, and it's a nice day outside, and he was kind of quiet that day, and I said, oh man, I bet you can't wait to get off today, get your bike out a little bit. And he doesn't say anything. So a couple minutes go by, I don't think anything of it, and the customer we're working at, he has a motorcycle in the garage, and I'm like, oh man, I bet this really makes you want to jump on your bike when you get home. And he kind of under his breath and looking down at the ground, he's like, it's gone. And I started laughing because I thought he was messing with me, and I'm like, what do you mean it's gone? Anyway, long story short, he tells me what had happened, and we got some country roads out here, and I guess what had happened was he was riding his bike at like 1 or 2 in the morning, nighttime ride, and something goes out on his bike, and it dies on a highway in the middle of the night. And he's like, oh shit, if the cops come, he's gonna lose his bike, blah blah blah. So he knows he's got to come up with an idea. Well, I don't know who this guy was, but he had a knucklehead friend of his. He calls up and says, hey, my bike's dead, I need you to come jump me. So I guess maybe it was the starter that went out or something, but so the buddy goes, okay, I'll be right there. So half an hour later, this guy shows up, and Brandon's like, all right, get the jumper cables, we'll jump this bike. Well, the guy goes, oh, I didn't bring the cables. So Brandon's like, what the fuck? He's like, that was the whole point of this mission. So Brandon, this is where I kind of fault Brandon for, I don't know, something, part of this story, but he's like, well, Brandon comes out with this idea where apparently if you push the bike enough, you can get it started just by getting it up to a certain speed. It'll kick over and fire up for you. So Brandon comes up with this idea where he's going to lay across the top of his motorcycle with his hands on the handlebars, laying across the top of this bike, and have one foot on the bumper of this guy's car. Okay, so, and the way when Brandon explained this to me, he says that he in his mind was thinking that this guy had the common sense to just go like 10, 15 miles an hour, enough to get this bike started. And yeah, bump start, that's it, thank you. Well, he told me that he could hear this guy like shifting gears, and he's not slowing down. He keeps going faster and faster and faster, and he gets up to like 60 miles an hour. And Brandon's with his foot on this bike laying across the top of this crotch rocket. And Brandon said that he's a strong guy. Let me tell you, Brandon is super strong. Well, he said he didn't have any more strength. He said he was the most terrified he's been probably in his whole life. He thought he was going to die. He said the bike started doing death wobbles. He couldn't hold his foot on the bumper anymore. It was a big mess. So I don't know how Brandon did this, but he bailed off the bike into the ditch. The dude ran his bike over, and it was just a big mess. So now the bike was like totaled and still on the side of the road. It's a big ordeal. So the dude's like, so Brandon says to the guy, just run me home. I'm just going to get my trailer, because Brandon has a big trailer. So he kind of covers the bike up a little bit with some leaves and shit. They go back to Brandon's, get the trailer. And mind you, Brandon doesn't have a driving permit to be out at this point of the night. And so he hooks his trailer up and he's heading back to pick up his bike and trailer it back to his house to fix whatever needs fixed. And when he comes up to his bike, guess what? It's surrounded by sheriffs. He can't stop because then he'll get another charge for driving. His bike doesn't have a title, so they don't know who the bike belongs to. So he lost his bike. He had to drive past all them cops standing around it, and he couldn't do nothing, you know. Lost it. So that's the story. You know, so he was out the money that he paid for the bike, and ended up losing it. No, you definitely cannot get away with messing around while you're driving anymore. You can't drink and drive. You can't drive without a license. You're going to be caught. Eventually, you're going to get caught. It's just the way it is. And they're going to give you a ticket. It's not like back in the day when the cops will follow you home. I don't know what it was like in London, France, order back in the day, but I'd imagine it'd be pretty similar to here. They'd probably maybe follow you home in some less serious cases, but not anymore. It's a big money maker now. Oh, is that right, Shire? I got a dirt bike. I love I love riding. I don't have any experience like on a motorcycle, but I love little like pit bikes and shit like that. I wouldn't mind getting a Grom. I'd probably look funny on something that small, but I don't care. Thanks for the thumbs, guys. Man, what are we at now? We got we had like 508 followers over here now. That's crazy to think about. That's crazy to think about because all we do over here is expose Cecil's dumbass. Right, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know you could do that order. I'm glad I didn't know that. London, France, near Beijing, Brazil. Cecil is so overly Americanized to the point where he believes everything he sees on television. He thinks that America is like, if you're not American, you're less than. I really think he believes that. And he doesn't like, he has no realistic view of people, the world. He just, if it makes sense in his little mind without any further investigation, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? You're right. I mean, you're right, State of Disorder. I love the American people. You know, I'm not going to say I love the government and everything else, but I love the people here, you know? So I guess that makes me a patriot, but I just think that I don't know. I don't know. The world's a big place, and to act like you know what the rest of the world's like without ever being there, and just taking media for what it's really like, I don't think you can really understand what it is like. I think we're very grateful to be here, and very fortunate, very lucky to be here, because I know it's a lot harder in a lot of other places in the world, especially like Ukraine right now, Russia, a lot of places in Korea are fucked up. My cousin's over in Saudi Arabia right now doing some stuff, and I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't act like I know what the rest of the world is like, because I really don't know. Oh, the Google herpes. Oh my God, that was hilarious. What the fuck was he doing? Cecil claimed that he slept with the girl with genital warts. What the fuck did he say? I can't remember exactly what he was saying. But he said that he slept with the girl that had genital warts, but he didn't get them. Oh, that's cool, Shire. I know, it's the grossest shit. It's the grossest shit. When I have to hear him talk about shit like that, it just amplifies the sickness and the goofiness. Oh, he was probably slinging herpes. He was dishing it out left and right, you know. Ugh. God damn. he has that iPhone now, and the camera's a little bit better on that iPhone. It's fucked up. Like when he puts it up close to his like grill, you can see his teeth, and it's just, if you look, it's just a black hole, like a dark blue and black hole right there from all the decay. He's probably got the shit in his mouth. It's probably what's causing his teeth to fall out. He's probably got the shit in his mouth. It's gnarly. I like that word. Cecil thought anybody can be legally shot. Cecil thinks that you can get in a fist fight, and because he's 4'8", he thinks that if he fought a guy that was 7 foot tall, that Cecil would legally be allowed to smoke that dude and still be home in time for dinner, as he says. Well, Cecil, you're wrong. Even if you get an illegal, if a legal shooting occurs, I'm sorry, a justified shooting, you're still going to jail, even if you were in the right. You're going to lose your firearm. You're going to go to jail until they sort the mess out and can prove that you were not at fault for that shooting. You're going to go to jail. I'm telling you. And you, without having any kind of insurance or an attorney or knowledge or anything like that, you're fucked. You're going to be fucked. I'm telling you. And Cecil, laws change rapidly. You know, we might be able to conceal carry where we live for the time being, but I don't know. Don't get too cozy. And I wouldn't, like, that's one thing I don't trust the government all the time. Like, just because they say I could do something doesn't mean I necessarily want to do it. They can, a lot of these things, it can hem you up. If you're not following every little law and you know every little local statute, you got to be careful. If you're so many feet from one thing or another and you get stopped and checked, you could get hemmed up. Yep. Yeah, you can't point a gun at a person. Pointing a gun at a person without there being a threat to your life, that's a charge. That's illegal. And if it happens, you better have a way of proving that. You better have witnesses. There better, there better be a camera or something. You don't want any kind of a shooting or anything like that to come down to my word versus his word. That could be a mess. I donate money to certain foundations that fight for certain gun laws and gun rights. You know, to help with legal situations. Not saying they would help me, but as a whole, they help fight. They're fighting every day for legal gun owner laws. And it's Cecil. Imagine this, guys. Cecil pulls some shit, shoots somebody in a sketchy ass way, and it ends up in court. And when that court finds out that he was a convicted felon, and then they find out all this shit online, and then they find out that he paid a few bucks, got his felony expunged, and somehow this asshole found a loophole to be carrying a gun, but not just owning a gun. This asshole is carrying multiple guns everywhere, in his own house, around everywhere. Everywhere he goes, White Castle, scaring people and shit. It could be a mess for him because it looks like he's trying to be threatening with his firearm. And that would play into effect. Trust me. Appropriate force, right. He's got his training bra, he had it on in one of his last videos today. I'm like, and I was looking, I was like, is he got a belly shirt on or something fucking weird? Then I realized what it was. It was that Velcro thing. I love your crossbows, dude. Those are badass. I like your little sniper den. That's freaking cool. Order, I seen how your string snapped. And one time, my ex-wife now, but she had bought me a crossbow for Christmas, and I was pumped. But I'd never owned a crossbow. It was pretty nice crossbow. It was like a bone collector or something. And I've been dealing with guns and firearms like my whole life, and I know you can dry fire a gun sometimes, not much. But I didn't realize that you can't dry fire a crossbow. Dumbass. Well, I did on the deck, and it frickin' shattered it. I'm like, damn. Just the weight of that bolt is very important to that bow staying intact. So I had to learn the hard way on that. Yeah, I definitely did it. I admit it. I dry fired it. Oh, hey, Life. What's up, Sam? Order, is Robert? That is Sam, right? Thank you, Order. It's never, yeah, it's like, I've always been taught never to dry fire, but, I mean, I do. I work on my firearms so much that if I break something, I feel pretty confident in being able to fix it, but I still don't like doing it. And like when I teach people gun safety and like fundamentals, one of the fundamentals I always, don't dry fire unless you have snap caps, just to be on the safe side, And plus, God forbid, a live round ends up in that chamber, man. That could be fucked. Hello, Sarah. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome, State. It's a fun hobby. My grandfather was like the main gunsmith around the area that I grew up. Everybody, he worked at a gun shop, and he was a master gunsmith. I mean, he did beautiful checkering work on wood, and he was a real gunsmith. I know how to take shit apart, put new parts in. I know how to do bluing, but like as far as like actually, there's gunsmiths and there's master smiths, and I'm definitely not a master by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm pretty familiar with like replacing parts and things like that, and have decent knowledge. It's a great hobby. I took some classes and got like a certified. I took on like minor work for people and for a while, and but nowadays, like if somebody needs something done, I usually just help them. I don't try to make money off of doing it. It's just a fun hobby. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Sam. That's really cool. Man, I remember when airsoft guns first came out. Me and my friends got like some of the first generation airsoft guns where they were like modeled after like a 1911 handgun. You had to rack the slide every shot. Man, they shot hard. Me and my buddies used to go out, no eye protection, no safety whatsoever. We'd go out and shoot each other all up with them things, and we'd be bloody after we were done. They shot hard. I don't know what kind they were, but they were badass. That's cool. Airsoft's a lot of fun. I used to play paintball a lot too. That was a lot of fun. Paintball's sweet. Oh, it's fun talking to you guys. I'm gonna go shoot. I'm gonna go shoot my gun. Just got to the range. I'm gonna shoot, and then I got to go do a little bit of work later. Let's catch up later though. I like the 1911 too. I don't know. I'm a fan of like polymer frame guns. I don't know. I just like them. Feel good in my hand. You should always. I think you should always carry what feels comfortable to you. You know, if a 1911 feels good in your hands and you feel confident, that's what you should run. You know. I'll tell you what I would like to get though is a 2011, like a race gun. That would be sweet. You guys probably watch Honest Outlaw. He features some really cool firearms on his channel. Yeah, I just do targets too with firing. I just like putting holes in paper anymore. I don't have a spot to go out shooting anymore. Oh yeah, the Shield's a great gun for sure. Shield Pro. Smith & Wesson make awesome guns for an awesome price. Even Ruger has really surprised me lately. You like shotguns? Oh, I love you guys. You guys have a great day. I had a lot of fun this stream. Thank you for coming in. Know that I love you. Know that I'm going to keep my foot on Cecil's neck. I'll be back later to talk about this.